Top 1. Today, we're diving into a coin that often gets overlooked in the world of numismatics, the 2012 Roosevelt dime. At first glance, it might seem like just another dime, part of a familiar set of coins you could find in your pocket. But what if I told you this seemingly ordinary dime has a fascinating history, incredible design details, and in rare instances, a value that could leave you speechless? Stick with me, because we're about to uncover the hidden story of the 2012 Roosevelt dime, a coin that's not only a piece of U.S. history but also an item that some collectors are willing to pay thousands for. Let's start by talking about the historical context of this coin. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, just after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The U.S. Mint wanted to honor him by putting his likeness on the dime, and so, the design of the coin was born. Franklin D. Roosevelt, one of America's most revered presidents, is remembered for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. His image was chosen for this coin as a tribute to his dedication to the nation. Now, let's fast forward to 2012. By then, the Roosevelt dime had been in circulation for decades, but it still carried the same symbolic weight. The coin's design has remained largely unchanged since 1946, which is unusual in the world of American coins. Most coins undergo redesigns and updates, but the Roosevelt dime has kept its classic look, preserving the portrait of Roosevelt created by renowned engraver John R. Sinek. What makes the 2012 Roosevelt dime so unique, you might ask? Well, the year 2012 marked an important milestone in U.S. minting history. In that year, the Mint produced the last of the series of dimes to be struck with the original design before the coin was altered for various commemorative issues and special releases in later years. It's a coin that marks the tail end of a design era that has stood for over 60 years. Visually, the Roosevelt dime is often admired for its simplicity and elegance. Roosevelt's portrait is featured on the obverse, or front, of the coin, facing left. His likeness is set against a backdrop of the legend, Liberty, the year of minting, and the phrase, "In God We Trust." The reverse side of the coin features a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. Surrounding this central motif are the words, "United States of America," and "E pluribus unum," meaning, "Out of many, one." These elements are subtle yet powerful, making the Roosevelt dime not just a currency but a symbol of American ideals. Minting the Roosevelt dime involves a process that may seem ordinary but is far from it. The dimes are struck in a process that involves using high-pressure machines to imprint the design onto a blank piece of metal. In 2012, the U.S. Mint struck these dimes at the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the West Point Mint. Depending on where a coin is struck, it may have a different mint mark, the letter P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or W for West Point. This mint mark can be a key factor in determining the rarity and value of a coin, especially for collectors who seek out specific mint varieties. So, what makes the 2012 Roosevelt dime stand out in the world of coin collecting? For the most part, it has remained a relatively standard issue coin. However, there is a catch: not all 2012 dimes are created equal. The truth is, some of these dimes are rare, and it's not always immediately obvious why. Errors, misprints, or special characteristics like unusual wear or variations in the minting process can make a seemingly regular coin far more valuable. One factor contributing to the coin's collectability is the idea of high-grade dimes. Coins are graded based on their condition, and the higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. Dimes that have been kept in pristine condition, free of wear, scratches, or other damage, are prized among collectors. Coins that have been professionally graded by organizations such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can fetch significantly higher prices on the open market. While most 2012 dimes are worth just 10 cents, certain dimes with rare characteristics have been known to fetch impressive sums at auctions. One example of a valuable 2012 Roosevelt dime is the 2012 P variety, minted in Philadelphia, which features a die error that made the coin slightly off-center. This type of error can significantly raise the value of a coin, especially when it's paired with high-grade preservation. So, what is the current value of a 2012 Roosevelt dime in excellent condition? While most of these coins may only fetch a few dollars on the secondary market, It's not unheard of for a pristine specimen, or one with a unique error, to reach the $15,000 mark. Yes, you heard that right. Some rare 2012 dimes are worth as much as $15,000. This incredible figure isn't just a fluke. It represents the high demand among collectors for coins that stand out due to minting flaws, especially when paired with historical significance. You might be wondering how you can get your hands on one of these rare 2012 Roosevelt dimes. The first step is to carefully examine any dimes from that year that you might already have. Look for unusual characteristics such as off-centering, double die errors, or distinctive marks that set the coin apart from the ordinary. If you're unsure about the authenticity or rarity of a coin, getting it professionally graded could be your best bet. But there's more to the story. Coin collecting is an art in itself, requiring not only knowledge and experience but also patience. The value of a coin is determined by more than just its rarity. It's the demand in the market, the interest from collectors, and sometimes even luck. Some rare coins that have been stored away for decades, forgotten in old collections, can suddenly rise in value when the right buyer comes along. Let's take a moment to reflect on why people are willing to pay such astronomical sums for a single coin. A coin, at its core, is more than just currency. It's a tangible connection to history, a piece of the past that tells a story of the time in which it was minted. For collectors, it's about finding those gems that stand out from the crowd, those rare pieces that tell a unique story of their own. And the 2012 Roosevelt dime, in its rarest and finest forms, is certainly one of those gems. As we conclude this journey through the history, design, and value of the 2012 Roosevelt dime, one thing is clear. This seemingly simple coin holds more significance and potential value than most people realize. While you might still come across a 2012 Roosevelt dime in your spare change, remember that hidden among the regular issues, there could be a coin worth thousands, or even tens of thousands, of dollars. The next time you grab your wallet, take a moment to check the dimes. You never know, you might be holding onto a piece of history that could change your life. So, to all the coin enthusiasts out there, keep collecting, keep searching, and who knows? You might just find that $15,000 Roosevelt dime hiding in plain sight. Top 2. A 2002 Roosevelt dime. It looks just like any other dime, right? A simple 10-cent piece with the familiar image of President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the front. But what if I told you that this seemingly ordinary coin has a fascinating story, a design filled with symbolism, and in rare cases, can be worth up to $30,000? That's right, this dime could be worth far more than you think. Let's take a step back and begin with the history behind the Roosevelt dime, the coin that has captured the imagination of collectors and numismatists for decades. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, in honor of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who had passed away in 1945. Roosevelt, who served as the 32nd President of the United States, was a revered leader, particularly for his efforts in guiding the country through the Great Depression and World War II. His legacy was cemented with the creation of this coin, which continues to bear his likeness today. Why a dime, though? Why not a quarter or a $50? The decision was intentional. Roosevelt was a president associated with economic recovery, and during the Great Depression, he championed the New Deal, which aimed to revive the U.S. economy. By placing Roosevelt on the dime, the U.S. Mint symbolized both his leadership and the nation's recovery. Since its introduction, the Roosevelt dime has been a powerful symbol of America's resilience and strength. Now, fast forward to 2002. The Roosevelt dime, after decades of circulation, remained largely unchanged. The coin's design has remained remarkably consistent, which is rare in the world of American coinage. The likeness of Roosevelt, designed by John R. Cynic, still appears on the obverse of the coin, facing left. It's a dignified, timeless portrait of a man who shaped history, and despite changes in U.S. coinage over the years, Roosevelt's image has never been altered. On the dime. On the reverse side, we find a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch. These elements are rich with symbolism. The torch represents liberty, the olive branch stands for peace, and the oak branch symbolizes strength and independence. Surrounding this central image are the words, United States of America, e pluribus unum, out of many one and one dime. marking the value of the coin. One of the most fascinating things about the 2002 Roosevelt dime is how it fits into the broader story of U.S. coinage during that period. The U.S. Mint was already producing millions of dimes every year, but 2002 had its unique significance as it marked the start of the 21st century. Even though the Roosevelt dime continued in its usual fashion, it was a period when the Mint began to pay closer attention to era coins and special releases, which would later fuel a surge in the demand for rare and unusual dimes from that era. But what makes the 2002 Roosevelt dime stand out among all the others in circulation? Well, it's not just the historical context or the symbolism behind the design, it's the subtle factors that make certain 2002 dimes incredibly rare. The truth is, the vast majority of 2002 dimes are not worth anything more than their face value of 10 cents. However, as any experienced coin collector will tell you, the world of numismatics is filled with hidden treasures that lie beneath the surface, and in this case, it's the small differences, the minute imperfections, and the rare characteristics that can make certain 2002 dimes truly valuable. One of the primary factors that can elevate the value of a 2002 Roosevelt dime is its condition. Coins are graded based on their quality, and coins that are well preserved, with minimal wear and tear, are much more valuable to collectors. The highest quality coins are those graded as MS-70, meaning they are in perfect, uncirculated condition. While most 2002 dimes you come across may only be in average condition, a perfectly minted dime can command a premium. But it doesn't stop there. There's also the factor of minting errors. Minting errors can turn an otherwise common coin into a rare and highly valuable collector's item. For example, some 2002 dimes were struck with minor misalignments, off-center strikes, or even doubled dies, where the coin's design appears more than once due to a mistake in the die used for stamping. These errors can make a coin much rarer and significantly increase its value. One particularly rare error that collectors are hunting for is the 2002 D Roosevelt dime with a missing mint mark. Normally, the mint mark on a coin tells you where it was produced: D for Denver, P for Philadelphia, or S for San Francisco. In some cases, however, the mint mark was either not applied properly or missed entirely during the minting process. A 2002 dime without a mint mark is an incredibly rare find, and in pristine condition, such a coin can fetch tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Now, let's talk about the value of a 2002 Roosevelt dime, because here's where it gets really exciting. Most of these coins are worth just 10 cents, but for the rarest examples, the ones with flawless condition or those with minting errors, the value can skyrocket. A 2002 Roosevelt dime in perfect condition could be worth anywhere from $50 to $100, depending on the specific grade. But a rare era coin, like one without a mint mark, could see values reaching as high as $30,000 or even more. You might be wondering, how is that possible? After all, it's just a dime, right? Well, it's all about rarity. Coins with specific errors or those in flawless condition are often hard to come by, especially when they've been kept in pristine condition for decades. Collectors will pay top dollar for these coins because they're not just adding to their collections, they're investing in a piece of history. When a coin like the 2002 Roosevelt dime is released into circulation with a rare error or in perfect condition, it becomes an instant treasure, sought after by collectors around the world. So how do you know if you have a rare 2002 Roosevelt dime? The first step is to carefully inspect any 2002 dimes you may have, looking for signs of wear, minting errors, or unusual features. Pay close attention to the mint mark and the overall condition of the coin. If you think you've found something special, it might be worth getting the coin professionally graded by a reputable service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. But remember, while the potential for finding a valuable 2002 Roosevelt dime is exciting, it takes time, knowledge, and patience to discover these hidden gems. Coin collecting is about more than just luck, it's about being informed, having a keen eye, and knowing what to look for. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a beginner just starting out, the world of coin collecting offers endless possibilities for discovering valuable treasures. As we wrap up this journey into the world of the 2002 Roosevelt dime, remember that every coin has a story to tell. The Roosevelt dime is no exception. It's not just a piece of metal, but a symbol of a pivotal era in American history. For collectors, it represents both a tribute to a great president and a potential investment for the future. And who knows? The next time you go through your spare change, you might just stumble upon a 2002 Roosevelt dime worth $30,000. Keep searching, keep collecting, and always be on the lookout for those hidden treasures. Because in the world of coin collecting, anything is possible. Top 3. To understand the significance of the 1999 Roosevelt dime, we need to take a journey back in time to 1946. That was the year the U.S. Mint introduced the Roosevelt dime, just a year after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. FDR, as he is affectionately known, was one of the most transformative presidents in U.S. history. He guided the country through the Great Depression and World War II, and his leadership helped shape the modern American landscape. When the decision was made to replace the winged Liberty Head dime, the U.S. Mint chose to honor Roosevelt's legacy by placing his image on the dime, which would become an enduring symbol of his impact on American history. The coin's design was crafted by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver at the U.S. Mint. Sinek's design features Roosevelt's left-facing profile on the obverse of the coin, accompanied by the word Liberty, the year of issue, and the motto, In God We Trust. It's a dignified and simple portrait of Roosevelt, capturing the solemnity of the man who served as president during some of the country's darkest days. On the reverse side of the Roosevelt dime, you'll find a torch, olive branch, and oak branch. These three elements carry deep meaning. The torch represents liberty, the olive branch symbolizes peace, and the oak branch signifies strength. Together, they serve as a reminder of the values that Franklin D. Roosevelt worked to uphold during his presidency. Surrounding the central motif are the words, United States of America. The phrase, E pluribus unum, out of many, one, and the denomination, one dime. Now, let's zoom in on 1999, the year that will take us on an exciting journey in the world of numismatics. The 1999 Roosevelt dime marks the tail end of the 20th century, and while the design of the coin had remained unchanged for decades, this particular year brought about some interesting developments that would later have a profound impact on its collector value. 1999 was a year of significant change for the U.S. Mint. The country was preparing to enter the 21st century, and a shift in the way coins were being produced was beginning to take shape. The Mint was focusing on streamlining production, reducing costs, and experimenting with new techniques. The 1999 Roosevelt dime is a part of that shift, and while it may seem like just another year in a long-running series, certain factors would soon make this coin one of the most desirable and valuable dimes on the market. So, why are some 1999 Roosevelt dimes worth so much more than their face value? The answer lies in two factors, rarity and condition. Most 1999 dimes are worth exactly 10 cents, but there are a few that stand out due to errors or unique characteristics that set them apart from the standard issue. Coin collectors, known as numismatists, often search for coins that have been struck with flaws or imperfections. These errors, which could range from die cracks to misalignments, can make a coin extremely rare and valuable. One of the most sought-after variations of the 1999 Roosevelt dime is the 1999D mint mark variety. This particular coin was struck at the Denver Mint, and while most 1999 dimes from Denver are relatively common, a small number of these dimes were produced with a very unique error, an off-center strike. This off-center error causes the design of the coin to be misaligned, with some of the detail from Roosevelt's portrait or the reverse torch design being cut off. This misalignment, although subtle, is enough to make the coin significantly rarer than its counterparts, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for these off-center errors. Another key factor contributing to the value of the 1999 Roosevelt dime is its condition. As with all coins, the condition plays a critical role in determining its value. Coins that have been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition are far more valuable than those that show wear from daily circulation. For example, a 1999 Roosevelt dime in near-mint condition might be worth a few dollars, but one in perfect, uncirculated condition could fetch a much higher price. In fact, the highest-grade examples of the 1999 Roosevelt dime, especially those with unique errors, have sold for thousands of dollars. The real jackpot, however, comes with the rarest of the rare. For instance, a 1999 Roosevelt dime struck with an unusual die flaw or an extreme off-center strike can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. In recent years, collectors have paid upwards of $45,000 for a 1999 Roosevelt dime with the right combination of error, rarity, and condition. This coin, which would seem like just a small, unremarkable dime to the untrained eye, can actually hold immense value to the right collector. So, how do you know if you have one of these valuable dimes? Well, the first step is to examine your 1999 dimes carefully. Start by checking the mint mark to see if it's from the Denver Mint, marked with a D, or the Philadelphia Mint, marked with a P. Then, look for any signs of error, such as an off-center strike, doubling in the design, or any other unusual characteristics that could indicate a rare coin. Finally, the condition of the coin is key. If your 1999 Roosevelt dime looks pristine, free from scratches or signs of wear, it's worth considering getting it professionally graded. Professional coin grading is a process by which experts evaluate a coin's condition and assign it a grade based on a scale from 1 to 70. Coins that grade higher than 65 are considered to be in near-perfect condition, while coins that achieve a grade of 70 are considered flawless. The higher the grade, the higher the potential value. Now, you might be wondering how you can get your hands on one of these rare and valuable 1999 Roosevelt dimes. The answer is simple: you need to be diligent, patient, and always on the lookout. These coins aren't easy to find, but they're out there, waiting to be discovered. You might come across one in a roll of dimes, or you could find one at a coin shop, online auction, or even from a fellow collector. If you're serious about finding a valuable 1999 Roosevelt dime, the key is to keep searching. As we wrap up this journey into the world of the 1999 Roosevelt dime, it's clear that there's much more to this small coin than meets the eye. From its historical significance to its timeless design, the Roosevelt dime is a true piece of American history. And for collectors, it's more than just a piece of currency. It's a potential treasure trove waiting to be uncovered. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual collector, the 1999 Roosevelt dime is a coin worth paying attention to. The potential for finding a rare error coin or a high-grade specimen is what makes collecting so exciting. And who knows? The next time you check your change or sift through a roll of dimes, you might just discover that hidden gem, a 1999 Roosevelt dime worth $45,000. So, the next time you handle a dime, don't just think of it as a small piece of metal. Remember that it could be a rare, valuable coin with the potential to change your life. Keep searching, stay curious, and always be on the lookout for the next great find.